everybody. Welcome. Thank you for being here tonight, April. So I have this book. It's called The Little Book of Hindu Deities, and it has different stories and kind of introductions, information about each of the deities. And each of the deities have a lot of different stories. And I thought it would be fun to learn about the deities and explore them in class together. So I wanted to start with Ganesh today. Ganesh is my favorite deity. I've got him tattooed on my arm. And I actually know this story that's in the book. Hi, welcome. Good to see you. And it's the story of how Ganesh got his elephant head. So Ganesh is the son of Shiva and Shakti. And Shiva would leave Shakti for sometimes weeks or months at a time, and he would go to the mountains to meditate. And Shakti would be lonely, and she really wanted some kind of companion, and she also felt like she needed protection because she would like to take these long baths. And she was always afraid of somebody barging in on her when she was taking a bath. And so she picks up some dirt, rubs her hands together, and this is how gods and goddesses were conceived. And Ganesh comes to life. And she appoints him, this little boy, as her protector. So he kind of stands guard while she's taking a bath. And one day while she's taking a bath and Ganesh is standing guard, Shiva decides to come home unexpectedly. And he doesn't know that Ganesh is his son. And Ganesh doesn't know, hi, welcome, that Shiva is his father. And so Shiva tries to barge in on Shakti and Ganesh won't let him through. And Shiva gets really angry and chops off his head. And Shakti catches wind of what's happening, and she comes in and says, basically, this is our son, and if you don't fix this, I'm going to destroy all of humanity. And so Shiva, in a scramble, finds an elephant head and puts it on top of the little boy's body, and he becomes Ganesh that we know now. And I love the symbolism of this story because Ganesh became so beloved, mostly because of this elephant head, because he's so recognized. And I have this tattoo on my arm, and you would be surprised, the most random people know Ganesh. Everybody knows Ganesh. And he's just well known around the world and beloved. And it's just this beautiful symbol for these sometimes seemingly awful things that can happen to us, or traumatic things that can happen to us in life that can actually turn into something really beautiful. And we might not know right away what that is, right? It might take some time to figure out what the beauty is in these traumatic events or horrific events. But there usually is some sort of beauty that can come out of these. So that's the offering today, to just kind of think about that. Maybe you can kind of relate to that. I'm sure you're all going through something. And it's really helpful, at least for me, to just remember that there's something beautiful on the other end of this. So we'll play with that in our practice today. Go ahead and come to a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you. You can sit up onto a prop if you'd like, and sit any style that feels comfortable and supportive in your body. And close down your eyes or bring a soft gaze down towards the earth in front of you. Let your sitting bones get heavy and the crown of your head rise up tall towards the ceiling. And just take an exhale breath, emptying to the very bottom. Good. And a nice deep breath in, fill all the way up. And a clearing breath out. Another breath in, inhale. And out, exhale. Once more like that, inhale to the very top. And exhale to the bottom. Beautiful. And now just start to breathe in and out through your nose. Starting to smooth and stabilize the breath. And start to soften the edges between the inhale and the exhale. So there's almost no pause in between the breaths, just this continuous fluid motion of prana. And breathe deeper than you would normally breathe. So really fill all the way down into the lower lobes of the lungs. Oftentimes we go through life and we take these little tiny breaths in the upper lobes of the lungs, and this is our fight or flight mode. And so when we start to breathe really deeply into the full length of the lungs, it sort of signals to the brain and the body that it's safe to relax, to arrive, and to become present. As you settle into this breath, just take a quick scan through your body from your toes to the crown of your head, just checking in, noticing what you have to work with today, any tender areas to be mindful of as we move through practice. And a reminder, as always, I'm here to offer suggestions, guidance, things to try on in your practice, but you know your body best. So please trust that and do what feels right for you, even if that means you do something different than us. So Ganesh is known as the remover of obstacles, and he is also often known as the thing or the being that puts the obstacle in the path so that we can learn to overcome the obstacle, and then he's there to support and assist. And Ganesh's mantra is Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. So if you'd like, you can start to silently repeat that mantra into yourself. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. And keep that with you as we start to move through practice, especially in those more intense moments where the body might be challenged and the mind starts to tell stories. Let's gather the palms together in front of the heart, and we'll open with one Om together. So first, just an exhalation and a breath in for Om. Gently bow your chin towards your chest. Flutter your eyelids open. Release your hands and make your way forward into a plank pose. So going straight into it. Here's your first opportunity to invoke Ganesh, right? We're going right into a challenge. Call in Ganesh, Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha, and ask for his assistance in removing this obstacle. So of course, this is the first posture. You're always welcome to come to your knees for support at any time. Just make sure that you're breathing really deeply. Breathe all the way down into the soles of your feet. Reach back through your heels and forward through the crown of your head, and hug your navel up and in towards your spine. Take one more inhalation, and then as you exhale, use the strength of your core to lift your hips back and high for downward facing dog pose. And then spend some time here just arriving. You can pedal out your feet, sway your hips, roll out your head, your neck, your shoulders. Eventually making your way to stillness in your downward dog. Once you find stillness, spread your fingers nice and wide and energetically root your palms down and forward to lift your hips up and back even more, and maybe a little soft bend in your knees to assist this. And with your next inhalation, we're going to rise up onto the tiptoes, lift your heels. As you exhale, hover the knees just a couple inches above the mat. Inhale, glide forward into plank pose, and exhale, hips back and high for downward facing dog. Again, like that. Inhale to lift the heels. Exhale to hover the knees. Inhale, glide forward into plank, and exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale to tiptoes. Exhale to hover. Inhale to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more breath in here. And then as you exhale, step forward, come to the top of your space, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Bring your feet to hip width distance or wider. Bend your knees so much that your belly can just rest down onto your thighs. And then relax the crown of your head down towards the earth. Spread your toes wide and ground down into the four corners of both feet. And then grab for your elbows and gently sway side to side. Play with extending one leg and then the other as you bend the opposite knee. Shake the head, yes. Shake the head forward. Release any tension from the neck. And then with your next inhalation, come to a halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Hands can come to the shins to assist. Roll your shoulders back. Extend your heart forward and hug your navel to your spine. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, once again, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. One more time. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise all the way to stand, Tadasana, mountain pose. Reach your arms, lift your gaze. Exhale, gather palms to heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale to reach your arms high. And exhale, swan dive forward, arms wide, spine long, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And fold forward, exhale. Again, rise up to stand, inhale. Hands to the heart, exhale. Inhale, Tadasana, lift up, gaze up. Exhale, bend forward, release your fingertips. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. One more time like that. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, lift up tall, Tadasana. And exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward, release your hands, and step your left foot back, come to low lunge. And lower down to your left knee. And then we're going to interlace our fingers on top of the right thigh. And then just start to bend really deeply into the right knee. And just come forward and back a couple of times. And then eventually stay forward so you feel a nice stretch in the front of the left thigh. Take a deep breath in, lift up tall through your heart, and stay for the exhalation. Good. Inhale, come back to center, release your hands, and step back up to plank pose. Again, just a couple rounds of breath here. Really turn up the breath to support the body. And with an inhalation, rock forward onto the tiptoes. Exhale, lower to your knees first. Hug your elbows in, lower to your chest and chin. Move the tops of your feet down to the earth. And inhale, lift the heart for a baby cobra pose. We'll start into the tops of the feet, even the pinky toe edges. And then exhale, lengthen as you lower, forehead to earth. Curl your toes under, lift up your knees, and rise up through plank or tabletop. Exhale for downward facing dog. A deep breath in here, and deep breath out. Inhale, step your left foot forward. Lower down to your right knee this time. And then again, we'll interlace the fingers on top of the left thigh. And just start to bend forward and back a couple of times. Really deep into the lunge. And then eventually stay in the lunge as deep as your body's willing to go today. Stretch for the right front of the thigh. And then just lift up tall through your heart. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Release your hands and step forward. Top of your space, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Root down, rise up to stand, Tadasana. Lift your gaze, lift your arms. Exhale, gather it in, hands to heart. Inhale, Tadasana, lift up tall. And exhale, fold forward, release. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. It's time to step your right foot back, come to low lunge, lower down to your right knee. This time, reach your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, bring your hands to heart center, start to lean forward, and then we're going to take a twist. So if it's available, you can put your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Otherwise, extend your arms wide and stay upright for a softer variation. Yeah, and whichever way you've gone, take a breath in to lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, turn a little deeper into your twist. Good. Inhale back through center, both arms up to the sky. Exhale, release your hands, step back, come to plank pose. Inhale, glide forward onto the tiptoes, and exhale, slowly lower to the belly. Use the knees if you'd like. Come your elbows into your wrists. With the tops of your feet down to the earth. Once again, cobra pose. Inhale, maybe a little higher this time. Exhale, lower. Curl your toes under, and lift up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. And let it go. Deep breath out. Step your right foot forward in between your hands, low lunge, lower down to your left knee. Reach your arms up to the sky. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, we'll lean forward and take that twist. Any depth that you would like, if it's available, hook the elbow or stay upright and extend the arms wide. And then breathe with the twist. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to turn and twist. Inhale back through center, unwind, lift your arms high. And exhale, release your hands down, step forward, top of your space, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. And fold forward, exhale. Good, now this time bend your knees, sit your hips low, and come into chair pose, Utkatasana. So feet can be hip width distance or toes to touch with a sliver of space between the heels. And then rotate your weight back into your heels so the toes are light. Lift up through the heart, keep that, and then sit a little deeper into your hips. Yeah, really nice. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, bring your right hand back behind you, right arm, left arm forward. Little vertical twist. Try to keep the hips square to the front, so draw your left hip back. And then inhale back through center. Exhale, opposite side. Good, again, square your hips to the front, right hip back this time. Inhale through center, both arms high. Exhale, bow forward, let it go. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Release your hands, step back, plank pose. Once again. Inhale, glide forward onto the tiptoes. This time you choose lower to your belly or halfway for Chaturanga Dandasana. Knees are there if you need it. Inhale, upward facing dog and cobra. Lift the heart, beautiful. Exhale, roll over the toes, lift your hips high, downward facing. Beautiful work, my friends. A couple deep rounds of breath here. Come back to your breath, back to your body, back to your inward focus, your intention. And I may offer some hands-on adjustments throughout practice today. If you prefer to keep your practice internal and not be touched, just raise a leg so I can see it, please. Thank you, my friends. Another round of breath here. And then with an inhalation, extend your right leg back and high behind you. As you exhale, step forward and through, come to low lunge. This time we're going to keep the back knee lifted and rise all the way up for high crescent lunge pose. Good. So imagine there's a block in between your thighs. Hug the inner thighs together, nice and strong through the low body. And then lift your rib cage up and away from your hips. Hug your navel to spine and let your shoulders soften from the ears. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, bend your back knee, cactus your elbows, and lean back into the space behind you. Baby back bend. Inhale, rise back up to center, crescent lunge. We'll do that again with the breath. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, rise back up. And exhale, lean back. Inhale, rise up. This time as you exhale, spin open and come to warrior two pose. So back foot will ground down, parallel to the back of your mat. Nice wide stance in between your legs, adjust. And then draw the right knee open towards the pinky toe edge of your right foot. And really root down into the outside edge of your left foot. Good. And then from here, we're going to flip the right palm to the sky, straighten the right leg, and reach up and back for reverse triangle pose. So long line of energy from the right toes all the way up to the right fingertips, but be mindful that you're not crushing the left side body. Deep breath in. As you exhale, ride the breath down, rebend your knee, re-square the hips, and come to a little lunge. Step back into plank pose and flow through a vinyasa of your choice. Lower to your belly or halfway chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Good, a couple rounds of breath here, inhalation. Exhale, lift your hips back and exhale. Once more, and exhale. And inhale, extend your left leg back and high. Exhale, step forward and through, come to low lunge. And then rise up, high crescent lunge pose. Good. And then again here, find the strength in the low body. Hug your inner thighs towards that imaginary block. And the length of the upper body, lifting the rib cage, hugging the navel in and relaxing the shoulders. Take a breath in, and then exhale, bend your back knee, cactus the elbows, leaning back. Inhale, rise back up. And exhale, once again, lean back, baby back bend. Inhale, rise up once more. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, spin open, warrior two. Find your footing and take your time with it grounded. Smooth out your breath. This time, left knee open towards the left knee toe. And root down into the outside edge of the right foot. Yeah, your shoulders soften. Let's strong to the fingertips. And then inhale, lift your left palm to the sky. Straighten your left leg, reverse triangle pose. Couple rounds of breath here. Breathing into the length in the left side body. The toes all the way up to the fingertips. One more breath in. And then as you exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the earth. Re-square your hips, low lunge. Step back, plank pose. Flow through your vinyasa if you'd like, or skip it and head straight to downward facing dog pose. Good. And then enjoy a couple rounds of breath. A moment to pause, a moment to recollect, to reground before moving on to the next thing. Maybe coming back to that mantra, Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha, invoking that Ganesh energy to remove and work through the obstacles, not only just in our yoga practice, but in life. Bottom of your next exhalation, look forward and step or lightly hop. Come to the top of your space, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. And fold forward, exhale. Bend your knees, sit your hips low, and reach your arms up to the sky. Inhale, chair pose. And then as you exhale, we're going to wrap the right elbow underneath the left for Garudasana, eagle arms. Palms can come together if that's available, or grab for the shoulders. Either way, lift the elbows up in line with the shoulders, reach the wrists away. And then we're going to ground through the sole of the left foot and reach the right leg up and over. Cross up the knees. You can use your foot as a kickstand, or if it's available, try to wrap the toes behind the calf. Keep anchoring your right hip back. Keep sitting your hips low and keep reaching your wrists away from you. Take another breath in. Keep your arms, unwrap your legs, and send your right leg back behind you as you hinge forward. Yeah, so we're going to keep the wrap of the arms, but see if you can keep extending your arms forward. Lift up tall through that right heel, nice and strong. Now keep the legs and extend your arms forward. Warrior three. Just for a breath, inhale, like a capital letter T. Exhale, release your hands. Come to standing splits. Woo, sweet release. Hands can come to blocks if that feels better. Good. Now power up your lifted leg. So standing leg is just as strong, lifted leg is just as strong as your standing leg. Take another breath here. And now you can either stay, or we're going to come into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. pose. I like to use a block, so if you'd like to use a block, place it under your left hand. Bring your right hand to your right hip, and then slowly, gently start to roll your right hip to stack over your left. Yeah, so you start to come to a more open hip stance. And the same thing here, the lifted leg is just as strong as the standing leg. So flex the foot, lift up through the heel, and if it's available, you can start to bend your right arm. Turn your gaze in any direction that supports your neck and your balance. Sometimes that's the floor, the ceiling, or straight out in front of you.
Breathe.
Yeah, keep breathing here. And one more breath in. As you exhale, we're just going to take a big step back, eventually landing in warrior two. Might take a couple of steps to get there. Find your distance between your legs and extend your arms wide. Just feel the soles of your feet on the earth. And then with an inhalation, reverse triangle pose. Reach up and back, straighten the front leg. One more breath in here. Exhale, ride the breath down, release your hands, step back into plank pose. Lower to your belly or halfway chaturanga dandasana, hug the elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, heart high. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips high. Really nice work, my friends. Back to the breaths, down. Breath in. Get like that. Once more, inhale. And exhale. Look forward, step or leg to the top of your space, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Bend your knees, sit your hips low. Inhale, arms high, Utkatasana, chair pose. This time we're gonna exhale the left elbow underneath the right, cross at the elbows, maybe bring palms together or grab for the shoulders. Again, we'll lift the elbows up in line with the shoulders, reach the wrists away. Sit your hips a little lower, and then we'll wrap the left leg over the right. Yeah, so this side might be a little different. Meet your body where it is. Again, you can take that kickstand for support, or maybe try for the wrap. But either way, draw your left hip back. Sit your hips lower, and reach your wrists away. Take another breath in. Stay for the breath out. Unwrap your left leg, begin to send it back behind you. Keep the wrap of the eagle arms, but really extend the arms forward. Yeah, tip forward in the torso like a capital letter T. Kick up high through the heel. With an inhalation, we're gonna unwrap the arms, extend the arms forward, warrior three. You've got this, just one breath in. Exhale, release your hands to the earth, standing splits. Breath in, breath out. Okay. Power up through your lifted leg, pick up through the left heel. Rotate pinky toe down, inner thigh up. Good. And then again, we're going to start to make our way to Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So bring your hand to the block if you'd like, and then we'll eventually slowly start to stack the left hip over the right. Lift it up to example. And then eventually, if you like, you can start to extend the left arm. Yeah, so use the stand here, the lifted leg as your support. Flex the foot, pick up high through the heel. Send your gaze in whatever direction supports your balance in your neck. And notice your breathing. How is your breath? Back to it. One more inhalation. As you exhale, softly, gently step back, arrive in a warrior two. Doesn't have to be graceful or pretty. Just make your way there. Couple of steps. Bending into the right knee. Flip your right palm to the sky. Reach up and back, reverse triangle pose. Good, big breath into the right side body. Exhale, release your hands to the earth. Step back. Take your vinyasa if you like it, or skip it and come to downward facing dog. Really nice, everybody. Beautiful strength, beautiful focus. Almost here. So one more little push here. Take a deep breath in. Clearing breath out. Look forward, step forward, or lightly hop onto the top of your mat. Make sure that your blocks are within reach. Inhale, rise up Tadasana, mountain pose. Reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, gather the palms to the heart. Samasthiti. Close down your eyes here, or bring a soft gaze down towards the earth in front of you. And bring your awareness inward. And just notice, okay, we've gone in a lot of different directions in our bodies today. We've been challenged. Can you bring in that energy of Ganesha, that support to remove the obstacles out of our way so that we can push forward, so that we can persevere even through the challenge. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. With a breath in, blink your eyes open, reach your arms up to the sky, Tadasana. Exhale, bow forward, arms wide, touch down, Uttanasana. And now we're gonna step the left foot back, setting up for like a pyramid pose. So your heels can be sort of in one line, almost like you're balancing on a tightrope, but your left toes are at about 45 degrees. Now we're gonna place a block to the outside of the right foot, and then bring your left hand to the block. We're gonna bring the right hand to the right hip and use the right hand to anchor the right hip back. And then first we're just gonna turn the body to the right, so towards the right. And then you might just stay here. If you wanna go a little bit further, and if it's available, you can start to reach your right arm up to the sky. But either way, keep anchoring the right hip back, keep rooting down into the entire sole of the left foot. And again, make sure you're breathing, right? And so here, it doesn't matter how far down you reach, it's more about finding length and space in both side bodies, and you all look really good. So breathe into that length, that spaciousness. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, release the right hand down, and then we're just going to turn to the left, crawling your hands all the way towards the long edge of the mat. Widen your feet so you come into a wide-legged forward fold. So we'll take a little twist flow here. So bring first your left hand underneath your gaze. Make sure your toes are either pointed a little bit inward or feet are parallel. And then we'll inhale the right arm up to the sky. But try to anchor the right hip down so your pelvis is level. Take a breath in. And then exhale, release the right hand down. Palms to the side. Inhale, left arm up. This time, level out the hips so you're bringing the left hip down. Breath in. And exhale to release. Now moving with the breath. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, release. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale to release. Take that a few more times if you like, or feel free to just be here in stillness, just trying to allow the energy to settle, the breath to stabilize. If you haven't already, come to stillness and let your weight come forward into the balls of your feet. Allow the crown of your head to just drip down towards the earth. Imagine as away from your mind, dripping off the crown of your head all into the earth. Knowing that any muck that you're moving through in life, there's probably something beautiful on the other end of it, even if it doesn't seem like it right now. When you feel ready, hands underneath the shoulders, inhale to a halfway lift. As you exhale, turn forward, so you kind of end up in a low lunge, and then we're just going to step forward, top of space, forward fold. Halfway lift, part of Uttanasana. Bow forward, Uttanasana. Root down, rise up, Tadasana. Lift your arms, lift your gaze. Hands to the heart. Samastiti. Breathe in here. Breathe out. Inhale, reach up tall, Tadasana. Exhale, swan dive forward, touch down, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. This time we're going to step the right foot back, coming into like a pyramid stance, so heels are in line. And then this time right toes point to about 45 degrees. We'll bring the block to the outside of the left foot. And I should have mentioned this before, but if it's too much, you can also have the block inside of the foot. And then we'll bring the right hand to the block, left hand to the left hip, anchor the left hip back, and then start to turn the gaze towards the left. And this might be it, right? You might just stay here and breathe, finding the length in the side bodies and that turn and twist through the torso. Or if you've got it, you can start to lift the left arm. Any amount. Okay, no matter where you are, make sure that you're still breathing. Root down into the outside edge, the entire sole of the right foot. And keep anchoring the left hip back as you extend the crown of your head forward. So like this opposing energy. Yeah, nice breath. Let's take one more round of breath here. And then eventually we'll release the left hand down, turn to your right, spin to the opposite long edge of your mat, wide-legged forward fold for Uttanasana. This time is your opportunity to do what feels right for you. So you can take that twist flow again, you can grab for the ankles, you can interlace fingers behind the low back and reach overhead. You can just simply be in stillness and breathe. Just tap into your inner wisdom and trust that you've got the inner knowing to do what your body needs right now. Underneath your shoulders if you're not already there. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, spin forward, top of your space, arriving your little lunge. Again, we'll step forward, top of your space, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow forward, exhale. Rise up to stand, Tadasana, with the arms with the gaze. Exhale, gather it in, hands to the heart. So a little flow here like the beginning. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, swan dive forward, release down, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Bow forward, exhale. Inhale, rise up to Asana. Hands to the heart, exhale. Inhale to lift up tall. Exhale, arms wide, touch down. Long through your spine. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Let's do that once more. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, gather it in. Inhale, tall, Tadasana. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, bow forward. And now this time, bend your knees a lot, feet to hip width distance or wider. And then grab for the big toes with your index and middle fingers. So your knees can be very generously bent here to get that. And then once you've got a hold of your big toes, inhale to a halfway or little baby quarter lift. Lengthen your spine forward. And then exhale, bow forward and reach your elbows out to the side. And gently lift your hips. Again, any amount. Your legs do not have to be straight. Relax the crown of your head towards the earth. Just allow the energy to slow forward. Start to smooth out your breathing. So maybe begin to lengthen the exhalations. Release the grip of your big toes. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward, step back, plank pose. Last opportunity for a vinyasa if you like it. Lower to your belly or halfway chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Hips high. Really nice. Beautiful choices, beautiful variations. Go ahead and lower down to child's pose. Soften to your knees, bring them wide. Toes to touch, hips to heels, forehead to earth. And just relax here. Your shoulders soften. Let all of this energy that we have stirred up begin to settle. And then maybe there's just a little bit more clarity as we start to settle the fluctuations of the mind. We begin to have these moments of clarity, right? These moments of understanding, the bigger picture, the reason for whatever it is that you're going through and experiencing right now. And if not, that's okay too, right? You don't have to have enlightenment in every single yoga class. We're just getting closer, we're practicing. Each time that we step to our mat is an opportunity to connect, opportunity to get clear. When you feel ready, go ahead and meet me in a downward facing dog pose. Curl your toes under and lift your hips back and high. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, clear it out. Inhale, extend your right leg up and back behind you. And exhale, we're going to bring the right knee to the right wrist for half pigeon. If half pigeon does not work in your body, lie on your back and do a supine figure four, and I'll demo that in a minute. If you're in pigeon, lower down to your left knee. And then your shin can either be parallel or like at a 45-degree angle. If you're more at parallel to the top of your mat, flex your foot. If you're more at that 45-degree angle like me, then point your foot. And then bring your hips to center as best as you can. You can also use props here. I like to put a block underneath the lifted hip, or glute rather. And then from here, just come up onto your fingertips. Inhale, lift up through the heart. And then as you exhale, start to bow forward and lower down onto your forearms. You can bring your forearms to the block, bring your head to the block. You can stay lifted as well. If you want to take that supine figure four, you can just lie back on your back and cross your right ankle to the outside of your left knee. You can stay there, or you can draw the left thigh in. Again, tap into your breathing, smooth out the breath, come back into that intentional breath that we cultivated at the start of our practice. In through the nose, out through the nose, and send your breath into sensation. More rounded breath here. If you lower down, go ahead and start to make your way back up onto your palms. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee, and inhale the right leg up and back behind you. And then bend your knee, stack your right hip over your left. If you're on your back, you can stay there. Just hug your knees into your chest and circle them out a couple times. Then eventually, we'll move back and downward facing dog. Unless you're on your back, just stay there. Good. If you're going for pigeon, inhale left leg high, and exhale left knee to left wrist. If you're on your back, left ankle to outside of right knee. Yeah, so again, find that is. Level out your hips as best as you can. And then inhale, come up to fingertips, lift your heart high. And then exhale, bow forward any amount. You can always stay lifted. Again, this side's probably going to be a different story than the other side. So take some time to assess what your body needs, where your body wants to go. It doesn't have to match what you did on the other side. Just find a sensation where you feel a deep stretch, but you can still breathe, and there's no resistance or fight in your body. Again, try to send breath into sensation. So imagine your breath going into any of those tight or tender spaces and creating spaciousness, releasing tension. One more full breath cycle here. Inhale and exhale. Lower down, start to make your way back up onto your palms. If you're on your back, unhook your knees and draw your knees into your chest. If you're in pigeon, curl your back toes under, lift your left leg up and back, bend your knees, stack your hip, and circle out your knee a couple times in either direction. Eventually downward facing dog, releasing that foot to the right. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Go ahead and lower down to your knees and come to a seat. With your legs extended forward out in front of you. And if you'd like, sit on the edge of a folded blanket. Just to elevate the hips and tilt the pelvis forward. If you're on the blanket, come towards the edge. So you're almost you're almost kind of off of the blanket, halfway off. And then we're going to keep the left leg extended forward. Bend your right knee. You can bring it to the inside of the left thigh or to the outside if that's available. Sole of the foot to the earth. And then keep your bottom leg extended or lean to the left and bend your knee and bring your heel towards your glute. And then level out your hips. Bring right hand back behind you for support. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale to twist. You can either hook the elbow or for a softer variation, just wrap the arm around the knee. And then wherever you are, just breathe here. With every inhalation, you're lifting up taller, finding space. And with every exhalation, you're turning just a little deeper into the twist, but it can be really subtle, especially at this point in practice. Just starting to wind down, supporting the body, supporting the breath. Gently come back here to center. Inhale, unhook your legs, extend them forward and give them a little shake, a little brush. And then this time we'll keep the right leg extended. Bend your left knee, sole of the foot to the earth, inside of the right thigh or outside. Keep your bottom leg extended or lean to the right and bend your right knee heel towards the glute. Left hand back behind, inhale right arm to the sky, and exhale to your twist. And just breathing with the twist. And try to keep your sitting bones grounded. Your spine nice and long. Gently unwind, back to center. Unwind your legs, set them forward. Once again, give a little shake, a little brush, massage. And then when you feel ready, go ahead and lower down to your back. Move your blanket to the side. And then we're gonna take a couple rounds of bridge pose here. So bend your knees, bring your heels in front of your glutes, fingertips by your sides so your fingers can brush your heels. And then when you're ready, inhale to lift your hips into bridge pose. Yeah, so tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. If you'd like, you can interlace fingers underneath the low back and press the forearms down. Reach your heels down and forward, so you're pressing the shins forward. So take another breath here. Root down into the back of your head and reach your chin away from your chest towards your chin. One more inhalation. And then exhale, slowly lower, hips down to the earth. And for this first set, just let your knees knock together. Feet can be a little bit wider, about mat width distance. And rest your hands to your low belly. And if you'd like, you can let the knees gently sway side to side. And then this time we're gonna come into more of a flowing bridge pose. So once again, heels in front of the sitting bones, fingertips graze the heels, and then inhale, lift your hips, come into your bridge pose first, and then lift your arms, reach them back behind you, see if you can touch the earth behind you. Exhale, lower your hips and your hands all the way down to the earth. Yes, breathe back. And then inhale, lift your hips, reach your hands back. And exhale, release the hands, release the hips. A couple more like that. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Just about once more. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale. And this time, bring the soles of your feet together to touch, knees open wide, Supta Baddha Konasana. And then hands to the low belly once again. Just let the body breathe itself here. Feeling the expansion of the belly as you breathe in. And the contraction, the softening as you breathe out. Bring your hands to your outer thighs and draw your inner thighs towards each other, knees in towards the chest. Just take a couple circles with the knees in either direction. Massage for the low back, a couple deep rounds of breath. And then grab through the outside edges of your feet, your calves, your thighs, happy baby pose. Heels up towards the sky. And just try to root the low back down to the earth. And just do what feels good here. It might be stillness, might be movement. Let your arms be really heavy so that they root the thighs down, the thigh bones down into the hip socket. And then once more, draw your knees into your chest. And this time, curl up into a tiny little ball. So squeeze everything. Bring your forehead to your knees. Bring your hands into little fists. Squeeze your feet into little balls. Scrunch up your face. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Take a little sip of air in. And then exhale, release. Final Shavasana. Let go. Yeah, extend your legs. Extend your arms. Take up lots of space. Your palms turn up towards the sky. And just allow the entire body to get heavy. Exhale the breath, empty to the very bottom. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it all out. And then just release any control over your breathing. Allow your body to breathe itself without any effort. And Just allow your thoughts to start to fade into the background, blending with the background sounds. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Gently and sweetly begin to invite in a deeper breath. Allow your awareness to re-emerge into your physical body. Bring some gentle movements into your fingers and your toes, reawakening. And take a full body stretch, reach your arms up and overhead, reaching from the fingers all the way down to the toes. And gather your knees into your chest. And final little hug. Thank you for making it to your mat today. Doing this inner work to find balance, clarity, and peace. And gently roll to either side to a fetal position, a final moment to pause, and an offering to begin again. Start fresh from this moment, from this sense of peace. And gently rise up, come to a comfortable seat. Close up our practice together today with 3 rounds of breath and an Om. Like, fold your palms together in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. Exhale to empty. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in and out. One more breath in. Let it go. Inhale for Om. Bow your head sweetly towards your hands, bowing to yourself and to each other, acknowledging your work. The light and the teacher within me honors and bows to that same light and teacher within each one of you. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Nice work today. I know that wasn't an easy practice, so beautiful strength and stamina. Come see me if you'd like to sign up for my newsletter. I have some other offerings as well outside of Karma. And otherwise, I hope to see you next Monday. I will also be subbing the class after this next Monday, which is a restorative and nidra, so you can come for both, or if you just are looking for something more gentle, please join that. Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you, April.
You're very welcome.